Welcome to this special night. Your mind is very ready. Your body is very tired. You are lying down now. Your pillow feels very soft. Your room is very quiet. This is a safe place. You can relax fully now. We will learn English together. This learning is very easy. It requires no hard effort. Your ears hear every word. Your brain understands every sound. You are breathing very slowly. You are breathing very deeply. Inhale the cool fresh air. Exhale all your daily stress. Feel your feet become heavy. Feel your legs become heavy. Your hands are very still. Your arms are very still. Your shoulders are very soft. Your face is very relaxed. Your eyes are closed now. You are sinking into rest. Learning happens while you sleep. Your subconscious mind is open. It is like a sponge. It absorbs every simple word. It stores every simple phrase. This is natural, quiet learning. This is passive, gentle learning. You do not need focus. You do not need logic. Just listen to my voice. My voice is very calm. My voice is very steady. English is a beautiful language. English is a simple language. You will speak it well. You will understand it soon. Every night you grow smarter. Every night you grow better. Your dreams will be English. Your thoughts will be English. This is a wonderful gift. A gift for your future. A gift for your mind. The words are very gentle. They are like soft clouds. They float in your head. They find their quiet places. You are very calm now. You are very peaceful now. The world is far away. Only this sound is real. Only this peace is real. Trust your powerful, quiet brain. Trust the slow, easy process. You are doing great work. Learning is a quiet journey. This journey starts right now. There is no rush here. There is no pressure here. You are free from worry. You are free from fear. English words are your friends. They are kind and simple. They help you connect more. They help you see more. Sleep is your best teacher. Rest is your best classroom. Let the grammar be easy. Let the vocabulary be easy. Feel the rhythm of speech. Feel the melody of words. It is like a song for your sleep. Your heart beats very slowly. Your mind is very still. You are ready for stories. You are ready for dreams. The night is very long. The night is very kind. You are resting so deeply. You are learning so well. Tomorrow you will feel happy. Tomorrow you will remember more. English will feel very natural. English will feel very familiar. Now let yourself drift away. Drift into a deep slumber. Drift into a peaceful world. I am here with you. The words are with you. You are never truly alone. You are safe and loved. Good night to your mind. Good night to your heart. Sleep and learn very well. It is a quiet afternoon. You are in a big, comfortable house. The house is silent. You feel calm. The living room. You sit in a big chair. The chair is very soft. It is blue like the sky. There is a window next to you. You look outside. You see the sun. The sun is warm and yellow. It shines on your hands. Your hands are warm. You take a breath. In and out. The air is fresh. You feel very heavy and relaxed in the chair. The warm tea. On a small table, there is a cup of tea. The tea is hot. You see the steam. It moves slowly up, up, up. You hold the cup. It is warm. You drink the tea. It tastes like honey. It is sweet. Your body feels warm now. Everything is okay. There is no stress. The infinite garden. You stand up slowly. You walk to the door and go into the garden. The grass is green and soft. You walk without shoes. The grass feels cool between your toes. You see a tree. The tree is old and strong. Its leaves are green. The leaves move a little bit in the wind. SSHHH, SSHHH. It is the sound of peace. You walk in a circle. You see a flower. It is red. You see a bird. It is small and quiet. You see the clouds. They are white and slow. You walk and you breathe. You walk and you breathe. The garden is big. You can walk here for a long time. The soft night. The sun goes down. The sky is now purple and dark blue. You see the moon. The moon is white and beautiful. You go back into the house. You go to your bed. The bed is white and very soft. You close your eyes. You hear the wind in the trees. SSHHH, SSHHH. The world is sleeping. You are safe. You are tired. Tomorrow, the sun will come again. The garden will be green again. The tea will be warm again. It is a beautiful, long circle. You are in your soft bed now. The blankets are warm. You feel very, very relaxed. The sound of the rain. Suddenly, you hear a sound. It is rain. Tap, tap, tap. The rain is on the roof. It is a gentle rain. It is a song for the night. The room is dark, but you are safe. The rain cleans the world outside. The dust is gone. The air is even more fresh now. You listen to the rhythm. Tap, tap, tap. Your legs feel heavy. Your arms feel heavy. Your head feels heavy on the pillow. The forest of dreams. You close your eyes, and in your mind, you are in a forest. The trees are very tall. They touch the clouds. The ground is covered in soft, green moss. It is like a natural carpet. You walk slowly. There is no clock here. There is no fast. There is only now. You find a small river. The water is clear like glass. The water moves over small stones. Glug, glug, splash. The water is cold and pure. You put your hand in the water. It feels nice. The path of light. You follow the river. The path is long, but you are not tired. You have a lot of energy, but it is quiet energy. You see a deer. It is brown and beautiful. It looks at you and eats some grass. It is not afraid. You see a butterfly. It is blue. It flies up and down, up and down. You see the stars through the leaves of the trees. The path goes on and on. It goes over a small hill. From the hill, you see a lake. The lake is like a mirror. It reflects the moon. The world is a big, beautiful circle. The infinite morning. The night passes slowly. Now, the sky is light pink. The sun is coming back. You are back in the garden. The flowers open their petals. The red flower opens. The yellow flower opens. The white flower opens. You sit on a wooden bench. You breathe the morning air. The bird from yesterday comes back. It sings a small song. You feel new. You feel good. The story does not end. The sun goes up, the sun goes down. The rain falls, the flowers grow. You walk, you breathe, and you rest. Every moment is a new page. Every breath is a new word. The sun is now high in the sky. You walk back to the house. The house is waiting for you. It is a friend. The morning kitchen. You go into the kitchen. The kitchen is bright and clean. The floor is made of warm wood. You make a cup of coffee. You hear the water. SSSSSS. The coffee smells very good. It smells like chocolate and earth. You sit at a wooden table. You see a cat. The cat is orange and white. It walks to you slowly. It rubs its head on your leg. Purr, purr, purr. The cat is happy. You touch the cat's fur. It is very soft. You look at a bowl of fruit on the table. An apple, red and shiny. An orange, bright and round. A banana, yellow and long. Life is simple. Life is good. The room of books. You go to another room. This is the library. The walls are covered in books. There are thousands of stories here. The room smells like old paper and peace. You take one book. It is an old book with a green cover. You open the book. You read slowly. The words are like a river. You are not in a hurry. You have all the time in the world. Outside the window, a cloud moves across the sky. It is a big, white cloud. It looks like a mountain. Then, it looks like a sheep. Then, it looks like a ship. The cloud changes, but the sky is always blue. The long balcony. You go out to the balcony. From here, you see the whole world. You see the forest. You see the river. You see the mountains. The wind is very light. It touches your face. It is not cold. It is not hot. It is perfect. You watch the shadows. The sun moves, and the shadows grow long. The trees have long shadows. The house has a long shadow. The world is getting ready for the evening again. The birds fly home. The flowers close their eyes. The light becomes golden. The golden hour. The golden hour is here. Everything is orange and gold. The water in the river looks like liquid gold. The windows of the house look like gold. You sit on the balcony. You watch the sun. It goes down, down, down. It is a slow dance. You are not alone. The cat is with you. The trees are with you. The stars are starting to wake up. The circle starts again. The day is a gift. The night is a gift. You breathe in and you breathe out. You wake up early the next morning. The room is full of a soft, white light. You remember the silver door and the white path on the map. You feel a little bit of excitement in your heart. You go to the big wooden closet in the hallway. Inside, you find a very thick coat. The coat is gray and very warm. You find heavy black boots and a long red scarf. You put on the clothes because the winter world is cold. It is logical to prepare for the weather. You take the gold key from the table. You go to the library and open the silver door. The air on the other side is fresh and freezing. You step onto the white snow. The snow is deep and very clean. There are no tracks in the snow. You are the first person here. The sky is a very pale blue. The sun is white and far away. You walk through a forest of tall pine trees. The trees are dark green, but their branches are heavy with snow. You hear a soft sound. A large piece of snow falls from a branch. It makes a quiet thump on the ground. You walk toward the center of the forest. You see a large lake. The lake is completely frozen. It looks like a giant sheet of glass. You walk onto the ice. Your boots make a small clink sound. You look down through the ice. The water is very deep and dark. Suddenly, you see something bright. There is a blue flower under the ice. It is not dead. It is perfectly frozen in the water. It looks like a blue star. This is very strange but very beautiful. You realize this is the heart of winter. You follow the lake to a small island. On the island, there is a pavilion made of clear glass. You enter the glass pavilion. It is surprisingly warm inside. There is a small stone fireplace with a gentle fire. You sit on a white chair and look at the world outside. From here, you see the snow falling again. The snowflakes are large and slow. They move like white butterflies. You see a box on a small table in the pavilion. The box is made of dark wood. On the top of the box, there are 4 symbols. There is a leaf, a sun, a drop of rain, and a snowflake. You remember the apple from the autumn world. You still have a small piece of the apple in your pocket. You place the apple piece on the leaf symbol. The box makes a logical click sound. The lid opens slowly. Inside the box, you find a small silver bell. The bell is very cold to the touch. You pick it up and shake it once. The sound is like a crystal breaking. It is the most beautiful sound you have ever heard. When the bell rings, the wind outside stops. The snow stops falling. The world becomes perfectly still. You feel a deep sense of peace. You realize that you are the guardian of this house. The house needs you to move the seasons. You carry the silver bell with you. You walk back across the frozen lake. The blue flower under the ice seems to glow as you pass. You walk through the pine forest back to the silver door. You enter the library and close the door. You take off your heavy coat and your boots. You feel warm and safe in the library. You put the silver bell on the desk next to the gold key. They look right together. You look at the map again. Now, only the green path for spring is left. You decide to wait for tomorrow to see the spring. You are hungry now. You go to the kitchen and find some fresh bread. The bread is crusty on the outside and soft on the inside. You eat it with some yellow butter. The cat comes into the kitchen and asks for some milk. You give the cat a small bowl of milk. The cat laps the milk and then cleans its face. You sit by the window and watch the real garden. The sun is going down. The sky is orange and red. You think about the logic of the house. Every room has a purpose. Every door has a key. Every season has a gift. You feel like a character in a very old and kind book. You go to the living room and light a single candle. The flame is steady and bright. You watch the shadows on the walls. The shadows look like the trees from the winter forest. You are not tired yet. You decide to write in a notebook. You write about the blue flower under the ice. You write about the silver bell. Writing makes your mind feel clear. You hear the wind outside the house. It is a different wind now. It sounds like the ocean. You imagine the waves coming to the shore. You imagine the sand and the shells. The house is a safe island in a big world. You feel lucky to be here. You look at the clock on the wall. The pendulum moves back and forth. Tick, tock, tick, tock. It is a very old rhythm. It is the rhythm of the heart. You feel your own heart beating. It is strong and steady. You are healthy. You are calm. You are home. You go to the window and look at the stars. There are millions of stars tonight. They are like dust made of light. You try to count them, but there are too many. You find the North Star. It is very bright and constant. It is a logical point in the sky. You use the star to find your way in your mind. You think about all the people in the world. You hope they are also warm and safe. You hope they have a soft bed and a quiet room. You feel a connection to everyone. We all breathe the same air. We all see the same moon. You feel a great love for the world. The cat jumps onto the windowsill. It looks at the stars with you. Its eyes reflect the starlight. You and the cat stay there for a long time. The night is very deep now. You decide it is time to sleep. You blow out the candle. The room is dark, but you can see. Your eyes are used to the moonlight. You walk up the stairs. Each step is familiar. You go into your bedroom. You see the white pillows and the thick blankets. You feel a sense of gratitude. You lie down and stretch your legs. You feel the tension leave your body. You are like a piece of wood floating on a calm lake. You think about the green path for tomorrow. You imagine the smell of wet grass. You imagine the first flowers of spring. You imagine the warm rain. But that is for the future. Right now, you are in the present. The present is quiet. The present is warm. The present is enough. You close your eyes. You hear the cat sleeping at the foot of the bed. You hear your own slow breathing. You are falling deep into a dream. The dream is a garden that never ends. The garden is full of paths, and every path is a story. You walk through the dream garden. You see the silver bell hanging from a tree. You see the gold key on a stone. You see the blue flower in a fountain. Everything is connected. Everything is logical. You are the center of the circle. The circle is perfect. You are at peace. The night is long and kind. The morning will be bright and new. You sleep, and the world goes on. The stars turn in the sky. The moon moves across the window. The house protects you. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. The story continues in your heart. Every beat of your heart is a new sentence. Every breath is a new word. You are the author of your peace. You are the keeper of the seasons. You are the master of the house. You sleep now. You dream now. The silence is your song. The dark is your blanket. Everything is exactly as it should be. The cycle of the day is over. The cycle of the year is waiting. You are ready for everything. You are calm. You are quiet. You are still. The sun is bright and high in the sky. You open your eyes slowly. You see the yellow light on your bed. You feel very fresh and happy. You stand up and walk to the window. The garden is waiting for you. You go to the kitchen and drink a glass of cold water. The water is good for your body. You see the gold key on the table. You see the silver bell next to it. You take the map and look at the green path. You decide to find the spring world today. You walk out of the kitchen and go to the hallway. You see the stairs to the attic. The attic is the highest room in the house. You climb the stairs slowly. Each step is a quiet sound. You reach the top of the house. The attic is a large room with a high ceiling. It is warm and smells like old wood and dried flowers. You see many old things here. There are wooden boxes and silver mirrors. In the corner, you see a green door. The door is painted with leaves and flowers. This is the spring door. You take the gold key from your pocket. You put the key in the lock. You turn the key to the right. The lock opens with a happy click. You push the door open. A warm breeze hits your face. The air smells like wet earth and sweet honey. You step through the door and enter a giant greenhouse. The walls are made of glass. The roof is made of glass. You can see the blue sky above you. The sun makes the room very warm. There are many plants everywhere. You see small green trees in clay pots. You see long vines on the walls. The leaves are a bright and young green. You hear a soft sound. It is the sound of water. You walk to the center of the greenhouse. You see a beautiful stone fountain. The fountain is made of white marble. But the fountain is dry. There is no water in it. You look at the top of the fountain. There is a small silver hook. You remember the silver bell in your pocket. You take the bell out. You hang the silver bell on the hook. The wind from the open door moves the bell. The bell rings softly. The sound is like a small bird singing. Suddenly, you hear a splash. Clear water starts to flow from the top of the fountain. The water is bright and clean. It moves down the marble steps. It flows into small pipes on the floor. The pipes carry the water to all the plants. You watch the plants drink the water. The small green leaves grow bigger. The flowers begin to open. You see a red tulip. You see a yellow daffodil. You see a blue violet. The room is now a rainbow of colors. You feel a deep sense of peace in your heart. You are the helper of the spring. You find a wooden bench near the fountain. You sit down and close your eyes. You listen to the water and the bell. The sound is very rhythmic. It is like a song for your soul. You breathe in the fresh air. You breathe out the stress of the world. You feel light and free. You stay there for a long time. Time does not exist in the greenhouse. There is only the growth of the plants. There is only the light of the sun. You realize the house is a living thing. The house needs the seasons to be happy. You are the friend of the house. You stand up and walk to a large tree. The tree has small white flowers. The flowers smell like lemons. You touch a leaf. It is soft like silk. You see a small butterfly. It is bright blue. It flies around your head and then sits on a flower. You smile because everything is perfect. You decide to go back to the library. You walk through the green door and lock it. You go down the stairs to the living room. The orange cat is waiting for you. It purrs when it sees you. You sit in your soft blue chair. You put your feet up. You feel a pleasant tiredness in your legs. You look at the gold key. You look at the silver bell. They are your tools for peace. You look at the map of the house. You see a new room on the map. It is the room of stars. You think about the stars. You think about the moon. But you are happy in the present. You pick up a book about gardens. You read about the secret life of trees. The words are simple and beautiful. You learn that trees talk to each other. They use their roots to send messages. You think that is a very logical and kind way to live. You feel connected to the earth. You feel connected to the sky. You are a part of a big, beautiful circle. The sun begins to set. The light in the library becomes orange. The shadows are long and soft. You feel very sleepy now. You go to the kitchen and make a cup of tea. The tea is warm and tastes like mint. You drink the tea slowly. You watch the steam rise in the air. You think about the winter snow. You think about the autumn leaves. You think about the spring flowers. Every season is a gift. You go to your bedroom. You see your bed with the white blankets. You feel grateful for your home. You lie down and pull the blanket to your chest. Your body feels very heavy. Your mind feels very quiet. You listen to the house. You hear the wood settle. You hear the wind in the chimney. You are safe. You are warm. You are at home. The story of the house is your story. It is a story with no end. It is a story of peace. You close your eyes. You fall into a deep and happy sleep. You dream of a world made of light. In your dream, you are walking in the infinite garden. The path is always green. The water is always clear. The bell is always ringing. You are the guardian of the dream. You are the keeper of the peace. You sleep, and the world is good. You wake up when the sky is dark and full of magic. You do not feel tired. You feel curious. You look at the map on your desk. There is a small silver circle near the top of the house. It is the room of stars. You take your gold key and a small candle. You walk through the quiet house. The cat follows you with silent feet. You go up the stairs, past the library, and past the greenhouse door. You find a very narrow ladder made of white wood. You climb the ladder. At the top, there is a round door made of glass. You use the gold key. The door opens upward. You step into the room of stars. This room is a big glass dome. There are no walls, only windows. You can see the whole universe. The stars are very big and very bright. They look like diamonds on black velvet. In the middle of the room, there is a large telescope made of brass. Next to the telescope, there is a comfortable chair made of silver leather. You sit in the chair. It feels cool and smooth. You look through the telescope. You see a planet with rings. The rings are made of gold dust. You see a nebula that looks like a purple cloud. It is very beautiful and very far away. You find a small lever on the side of the telescope. You move the lever slowly. The whole glass dome begins to rotate. It moves with a quiet, humming sound. As the dome turns, you hear music. The music comes from the stars. It is a high, clear sound like glass bells. You realize that every star has a note. Together, they play a song of infinite peace. You lean back in your chair. You watch the Milky Way move across the sky. You feel very small, but you also feel very important. You are the person who listens to the song of the stars. On a small shelf, you find a book with black pages. The ink is silver. It is a logbook of the sky. You read the names of the stars. You find the star of the house. It is a small, steady light directly above the roof. This star protects the house. You take a silver pen and write your name in the book. Now, you are part of the history of the sky. The cat jumps onto your lap. It looks at the moon. The moon is so close you can see the mountains and the white dust. You feel a deep connection to the cosmos. The air in the room is very still. You do not feel the wind here. You only feel the light. You think about the logic of the universe. Everything moves in a circle. The planets move around the sun. The stars move around the galaxy. Your life moves around this house. It is a perfect system. You feel safe because everything is in its place. You decide to stay in the room of stars for a long time. You watch a shooting star fall across the dark. You make a wish for eternal peace. The night passes like a slow river. You see the sky change from black to deep indigo. The stars begin to fade. The sun is coming. You close the logbook. You leave the silver chair. You go down the ladder and back to your warm bedroom. You feel a heavy, happy sleepiness in your arms and legs. You lie down on your bed. You close your eyes. You still see the stars in your mind. You still hear the music of the dome. You are the guardian of the earth and the keeper of the stars. You sleep now, and the universe watches over you. You wake up to the sound of soft rain. It is a gray and cozy morning. You feel very calm. You look at the map of the house one more time. You see a small, brown door under the stairs in the kitchen. You never saw this door before. You take your gold key and go to the kitchen. The air is warm and smells like tea. You find the small door. It is made of old oak wood. You use the gold key and open the door. Behind the door is a stone staircase. The stairs go down, down, down. You carry a lantern with you. The light is orange and soft. You reach the bottom of the stairs. You are in a secret room under the earth. This is the library of Earth. The walls are not made of wood or stone. They are made of living roots. The roots are thick and strong. They hold the house. In the center of the room, there is a large table made of one giant emerald. The emerald glows with a green light. On the table, there is a large book. The pages are made of thin layers of white stone. You touch a page. It is cold and smooth. The book tells the story of the earth. It tells the story of the mountains, the rivers, and the deep caves. You read about the crystals that grow in the dark. You read about the hot heart of the world. You see a small shelf with glass jars. Inside the jars, there are different types of sand. One jar has white sand from the ocean. One jar has red sand from the desert. One jar has black sand from a volcano. You pick up the jar with the white sand. You feel the rhythm of the sea. You hear the waves in your mind. You put the jar back. You feel very grounded. You feel strong like a mountain. You realize that the house is connected to the center of the world. The roots give the house life. You are the guardian of the roots. You find a small wooden chair near the emerald table. You sit down. The room is very silent. It is a heavy, deep silence. It is the silence of the earth. You close your eyes and breathe. You feel the pulse of the planet. Thump, thump, thump. It is very slow. It is very steady. Your heart begins to beat at the same speed. You are not a person now, you are a part of the earth. You stay in the silence for a long time. After some time, you stand up. You walk back to the stone stairs. You climb up to the kitchen. You close the secret door and lock it. You feel very peaceful and very heavy. You go to the living room. The cat is sleeping on the rug. You sit on the sofa and watch the rain on the window. The rain is a gift for the roots. Everything is logical. The sky gives rain, the earth drinks the water, and the roots hold the house. You are happy to be in the middle of this circle. You close your eyes and rest. The story goes on. The rain stops, and the sun comes out again. You look out the window and see a thick, white mist in the garden. The mist is like a soft blanket over the flowers. You feel a new mystery. You put on your boots and go outside. The air is very wet and cool. You walk into the mist. You cannot see the house. You cannot see the trees. You can only see your feet on the grass. You walk slowly. You are not afraid because the garden is your friend. Suddenly, you see a path of glowing stones. The stones are blue and purple. They lead you to a part of the garden you do not know. You follow the stones for a long time. The mist moves around you like a dance. Then, the mist opens. You are in front of a silver lake. The water is not blue, it is silver like a mirror. The water does not move. There are tall white lilies on the water. Each lily has a small golden light inside. You see a small wooden boat on the shore. The boat is painted white. There are no oars. You step into the boat. The boat moves by itself. It glides across the silver water. You look down into the lake. You see the reflection of the clouds. You see the reflection of your own face. You look very peaceful. The boat stops in the middle of the lake. There is a small island with a single silver tree. The leaves of the tree are made of metal. When the wind blows, the leaves make a sound like 1,000 tiny bells. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. You get out of the boat and stand under the tree. You find a small silver fruit on the ground. You pick it up. It is very heavy and smooth. You realize this is the fruit of memory. When you hold it, you remember every happy day of your life. You remember the smell of fresh bread. You remember the sound of the ocean. You remember the warmth of the sun. You feel very full and very happy. You put the fruit in your pocket. You want to keep these memories forever. You get back into the white boat. The boat carries you back to the shore. You walk through the mist, following the glowing stones. You find the house again. The house looks warm and welcoming. You go inside and sit by the fireplace. You take the silver fruit out of your pocket. You put it on the mantle above the fire. The fruit reflects the orange light of the flames. You feel that your house is now full of all the good things from your past. The cat comes and sits on your lap. You tell the cat about the silver lake. The cat purrs and closes its eyes. You realize that the garden is infinite. There is always a new path. There is always a new secret. You feel like a traveler who is always at home. You drink a glass of warm milk and honey. You feel the magic of the day in your bones. The world is quiet. The house is still. You are ready for a long, deep sleep. You know that tomorrow the mist will be gone, but the memories will stay. You sit by the fire and look at the silver fruit. You notice a small shadow behind the flames. It is a hole in the back of the fireplace. You wait for the fire to go down. The red coals are warm but not hot. You move a large stone at the back of the chimney. The stone is heavy, but it moves easily. Behind the stone, there is a hidden passage. You take a small lamp and step inside. The passage is made of warm, dry bricks. It does not go down into the earth. It goes sideways. You walk for 10 minutes. The air smells like old books and dried lavender. You find a door made of gold and glass. You open it slowly. You are in the room of time. This room is very large and round. The walls are covered in thousands of clocks. There are big clocks, small clocks, gold clocks, and wooden clocks. Some clocks move fast. Some clocks move very slowly. But there is no noise. The room is perfectly silent. In the middle of the room, there is a giant hourglass. The sand inside is not brown. The sand is sparkling diamond dust. You walk to the giant hourglass. You see that the sand is not falling. Time is standing still in this room. You see a small silver lever on the side of the hourglass. You understand the logic of this place. If you move the lever, you can make the day longer. You can stay in your favorite moment for as long as you want. You think about the quiet morning with the tea. You think about the walk in the mist. You decide not to touch the lever. You realize that time is beautiful because it moves. The morning is good because the evening comes. Spring is beautiful because winter ends. You feel very wise. You look at a small clock on the wall. It shows the exact time of your heart. It moves perfectly with your breath. You feel a deep peace with your age and your life. On a small table, you see a golden bowl of water. You look into the water. You do not see your face. You see the future of the garden. You see the flowers growing. You see the trees getting taller. You see the cat sleeping in the sun. The future looks bright and calm. You feel safe about tomorrow. You leave the room of time and walk back through the passage. You put the stone back in the fireplace. You sit in your chair. The room is warm. You feel like you have all the time in the world. You do not need to hurry. You do not need to run. You are exactly where you need to be. The cat wakes up and stretches. You pick up a brush and begin to paint a picture of the clocks. You use gold and silver paint. Painting makes you feel happy. The colors move on the paper like the seasons in the house. You spend the evening creating beauty. When the painting is finished, you hang it on the wall. The house feels even more like home. You go to the kitchen and eat a small piece of cheese and a grape. The food is simple and delicious. You go to your bedroom. You feel a soft, natural tiredness. You lie down. You think about the clocks, the silver lake, and the green trees. All these things are inside you. You are the house. You are the journey. You close your eyes and fall into a sleep that feels like a warm ocean. You wake up and feel very light. You go to the hallway and see a small rope hanging from the ceiling. You pull the rope, and a wooden ladder falls down. You climb the ladder to the very top of the house. You find a small door. You open the door and step outside. You are on a secret balcony. The balcony is made of white stone. It is very high up. You do not see the garden. You do not see the trees. You only see a sea of clouds. The clouds are white and soft like giant pieces of cotton. The sun is starting to rise. The clouds are now pink, orange, and gold. It looks like a dream world. There is a small table on the balcony with a telescope and a pair of binoculars. You look through the binoculars. Far away, you see a mountain peak. On the mountain, there is a castle made of ice. The ice shines like a diamond. You see birds flying above the clouds. They are large white birds with long wings. They fly slowly and gracefully. You feel like you are at the edge of the universe. On the table, you find a small wooden box. Inside the box, there are wind chimes made of glass. You hang the chimes on a hook. The wind moves the glass, and it makes a beautiful, clear sound. The sound travels over the clouds. You feel that the music is cleaning your mind. You have no heavy thoughts. You have no worries. You are just a person on a balcony in the sky. You sit in a chair and watch the clouds move. They change shape constantly. One cloud looks like a dragon. Another cloud looks like a big flower. You realize that everything in life changes, just like the clouds. And that is okay. Change is natural. Change is part of the story. You stay there for many hours. The sun moves across the sky. The sea of clouds stays below you. You feel very protected in your house. The house is like a ship in the sky. You go back inside and close the door. You walk down the ladder. You feel very peaceful and tall. You go to the kitchen and make some toast with jam. You sit at the table with the cat. You feel that the house has no limits. It is a house of seasons, a house of stars, and a house of clouds. You are the owner of all these worlds. You are the guardian of the peace. You spend the rest of the day in a slow, happy rhythm. You are home. Would you like me to continue by finding a hidden library of maps in the basement, or should we describe a quiet afternoon of writing your own story in a big leather book? You decide to spend the afternoon in the quietest part of the house. You go to the living room and find a large leather book on a shelf. The pages are empty, white, and waiting for you. You sit at your desk. The sun is warm on your back. You take a fountain pen and start to write. You write about the amber train. You write about the silver lake in the room of stars. As you write, you feel that the words have power. When you describe the smell of a rose, you can smell it in the room. When you write about the sound of a bell, you hear a faint ring in the distance. You realize this is a book of creation. You draw a map of your house in the book. You add a new room, the gallery of echoes. You walk to the hallway, and suddenly, a new door appears. You open the door. The room is long and narrow. The walls are covered in mirrors, but they do not show your face. They show your favorite memories. One mirror shows you as a child, playing in the grass. Another mirror shows you laughing with a friend. The mirrors do not show the past, they show the feeling of happiness. You walk through the gallery. You feel like you are walking through a warm hug. You hear your own laughter from years ago. It is a soft, musical echo. You find a small stool in the center of the gallery. You sit and listen to the echoes. You understand that nothing is ever lost. Every good moment stays in the house. Every happy thought is a brick in the wall. You feel very rich. You do not have gold, but you have thousands of beautiful moments. You go back to your desk and write, "Today is a perfect day." The ink dries slowly. You close the book and feel a deep satisfaction. The house is quiet. The cat is sleeping near your feet. The sun goes down, and the moon comes up. You go to the kitchen and make a bowl of warm soup. You eat slowly, tasting every vegetable. You go to bed and feel very light. You are the author of your life. You are the builder of your home. You fall asleep, and your dreams are full of new rooms and new paths. The story is infinite, and you are ready for the next page. You wake up early the next morning. You feel a lot of energy in your hands. You go to the garden. The sun is new and the air is soft. You walk to a small gate made of iron. Behind the gate is the rainbow garden. In this garden, the flowers are white at first. But this is a magical place. You walk to a large rose. You whisper, "Beautiful red." Suddenly, the petals turn from white to a deep, warm red. You walk to a tall lily. You say, "Sun yellow." The lily turns as bright as the morning sun. You realize that the flowers listen to your heart. You spend the morning talking to the garden. You tell the grass about the sea of clouds. You tell the trees about the room of stars. The garden becomes a festival of colors. There are blue leaves, purple stems, and orange grass. It is a logical garden because it shows your feelings. When you are happy, the garden is bright. When you are quiet, the garden is soft blue. You find a small stone path at the end of the garden. The path leads to a glass bridge. The bridge is very long and very thin. It goes over a deep valley. Below the bridge, you see a river of liquid silver. You walk onto the bridge. It is strong and safe. On the other side of the bridge, there is a mountain of crystals. The mountain is made of giant pieces of quartz, amethyst, and emerald. The sun shines through the crystals. The whole mountain is a prism. There are rainbows everywhere on the ground. You touch a large purple crystal. It feels warm and vibrates slowly. It sounds like a low musical note. You sit on a crystal chair. You look back at your house. From here, the house looks like a small, perfect jewel. You feel a sense of pride. You have traveled far, but you are always close to home. You find a small crystal stone on the ground. It is clear like water. You put it in your pocket. It is a gift from the mountain. You walk back across the glass bridge. You return to your colorful garden. You sit on the grass and watch the butterflies. They are also changing colors. They turn green when they sit on a leaf. They turn pink when they fly near a rose. Everything is connected. Everything is in harmony. You go back inside the house. You put the clear crystal on your desk. It catches the light and makes a rainbow on the wall. You sit in your blue chair and breathe. Your journey is long, but it is not tiring. It is like a beautiful song that never ends. You are ready for the evening. You are ready for the rest. You sit in your blue chair and look at the rainbow on the wall. The house is very quiet, but you feel a new rhythm under your feet. You remember a small wooden door in the basement. You take your lantern and your gold key. You walk down to the basement. The air is cool and smells like stone. You find the door behind a stack of old books. You open the door and see a long tunnel made of glass. The tunnel goes under the garden and under the lake. You walk into the glass tunnel. You see water all around you. You are under the lake. The water is a deep, dark blue. You see fish swimming above your head. The fish are silver and gold. They look like stars in the water. You see long green plants moving slowly. It is like a forest under the sea. You walk for a long time. The tunnel is warm and safe. You find a large round room at the end of the tunnel. This is the underwater gallery. The walls are made of thick glass. You sit on a soft bench and watch the water. You see a large turtle swimming slowly. It looks very old and very wise. You see a small chest in the corner of the room. The chest is made of blue pearl. You open the chest with your key. Inside, there are many small stones. The stones are not heavy. They are light like bubbles. You pick up one stone and hold it. Suddenly, you can hear the thoughts of the water. You hear the stories of the river. You hear the song of the rain. The water tells you that it is happy to be part of your garden. You feel a deep connection to the elements. You are a person of the earth, the the sky and the water. You stay in the underwater room for many hours. You watch the light change in the water. The sun is high, so the water is light blue. Later, the sun goes down, and the water becomes a dark purple. You feel very calm and sleepy. You walk back through the glass tunnel. You go up to your kitchen. You make a cup of warm tea with lemon. You sit at the table and look at the moon. The moon is white and bright. You think about the infinite paths in your house. Every door is a new world. Every key is a new story. The orange cat comes to you. It purrs and rubs its head on your hand. You feel the warmth of the cat. You feel the warmth of the tea. You are very happy in this moment. You go to your bedroom and lie down. You feel your body relaxing. You think about the crystal mountain. You think about the glass bridge. You think about the silver lake. All these places are yours. You are the guardian of this beautiful world. You close your eyes and fall into a deep sleep. Your heart beats slowly and steadily. You are home. The next morning, you wake up to the sound of a bell. It is not the silver bell. It is a new sound. You go to the front door and open it. There is a small box on the porch. The box is made of white wood. You open the box and find a silver flute. You take the flute and blow into it. The sound is like the wind in the trees. When you play the flute, the clouds in the sky move. You play a slow melody. The birds in the garden begin to sing with you. You realize that you can make music with nature. You walk to the forest behind the house. You play the flute as you walk. The trees move their branches to the music. You find a small path made of white sand. You follow the path to a large clearing. In the middle of the clearing, there is a giant tree made of gold. The leaves are small coins. The tree is very old and very tall. You sit under the gold tree. You play your flute for the tree. The tree drops a single gold leaf into your lap. You take the leaf and put it in your pocket. You feel very lucky. You walk back to your house. You feel the sun on your face. You feel the wind in your hair. You go into your library and put the gold leaf in a book. You want to remember this day. You sit at your desk and write about the underwater room. You write about the silver flute. You write about the gold tree. Your book is getting full of stories. You realize that your life is a long and beautiful book. You are the author and the hero. You feel very strong and very peaceful. You are ready for the next adventure. You spend the afternoon painting. You use the blue color of the underwater room. You use the gold color of the tree. You use the white color of the clouds. Your painting is beautiful. You hang it on the wall next to the other paintings. Your house is a gallery of your life. You look at all the things you have found. You have a gold key, a silver bell, a crystal stone, and a gold leaf. You have everything you need. You are a person of peace. You are a person of light. In the evening, you cook a simple dinner. You have some rice and some fresh vegetables from your garden. The food tastes like the earth. You drink a glass of cool water. You feel very healthy. You sit on the porch and watch the stars. You see the North Star. You see the Milky Way. You feel like you are sitting on a small planet in a big universe. You are not alone. You have the cat, the trees, and the stars. You are part of the big family of nature. You feel very safe and very loved. You go inside and lock the front door. You walk up the stairs to your bedroom. You feel a soft tiredness in your muscles. You lie on your bed and stretch. You feel the soft sheets. You feel the warm blankets. You close your eyes and think about the silver lake. You see the white boat in your mind. You imagine you are in the boat, moving slowly across the silver water. The water is quiet. The sky is dark. You are moving toward a land of dreams. You feel very, very relaxed. You breathe in slowly. You breathe out slowly. You feel your mind becoming quiet. You forget about the clocks. You forget about the maps. You only feel the rhythm of your breath. You are like a tree in the forest. You are like a stone in the mountain. You are like a star in the sky. You are a part of everything. You are at peace. The story does not end. The story is a circle. Tomorrow is another day in the House of Seasons. Tomorrow is another day in the Garden of Dreams. You sleep now. You dream of a forest made of glass. The glass trees are tall and bright. The ground is made of velvet. You walk through the forest. You hear the sound of the silver flute. You see the gold tree in the distance. You are walking toward the light. You feel very light and very happy. The dream is long and beautiful. You are at home in your dream. You are at home in your house. You are at home in yourself. Everything is good. Everything is perfect. Sleep now. Peace is here. You wake up in the dream and see a white deer. The deer has antlers made of crystal. It looks at you with kind eyes. You follow the deer to a waterfall of light. The water is not wet, it is made of glowing particles. You stand under the waterfall. You feel the light cleaning your spirit. You feel very pure. You feel very calm. The deer disappears into the mist. You sit by the waterfall and watch the light. You feel that you have all the time in the world. You are eternal. The light becomes brighter and brighter. You realize it is the morning sun. You wake up in your bed. The room is full of light. You feel a sense of joy. You go to the window and open it. You hear the birds. You see the flowers. You smell the fresh air. You go to the kitchen and make coffee. The smell is wonderful. You sit at the table and plan your day. You want to visit the Crystal Mountain again. You want to see the rainbows. You feel like a child with a new toy. You take your silver flute and go outside. You play a song of joy. The garden responds. The flowers open their petals. The butterflies fly in circles. You are the conductor of the garden orchestra. You walk to the glass bridge. You see the river of silver below. You walk to the mountain of crystals. You find a purple crystal that is shaped like a heart. You pick it up and hold it to the sun. The light is beautiful. You feel a deep love for the world. You are a happy person. You spend the day exploring the mountain. You find a small cave made of amethyst. The cave is warm and quiet. You sit in the cave and meditate. You feel the energy of the earth. You feel the energy of the stars. You are a bridge between the earth and the sky. You stay in the cave for a long time. You feel very refreshed. You walk back to your house. You feel strong. You feel wise. You feel calm. You are the master of your life. You go back to your library and read your favorite book. The words are like old friends. You find a new meaning in the sentences. You realize that you are always learning. You are always growing. You are like a tree that never stops reaching for the sun. You feel very proud of yourself. You have built a life of peace. You have built a house of wonder. You are a success. You are a light in the dark. You are home. You go to the hallway and look at the ceiling. You see a small silver handle. You pull the handle, and a new ladder comes down. This ladder is made of white glass. You climb up slowly. You are now in a very high room in the attic. This is the gallery of magical mirrors. The room is round and the walls are full of mirrors in gold frames. These are not normal mirrors. They do not show your face today. The first mirror shows you a forest from a long time ago. You see giant trees and blue birds. The second mirror shows a city made of light. The buildings are tall and shine like diamonds. You look into the third mirror. This mirror shows your dreams. You see yourself flying over the silver lake. You see yourself talking to the stars. You realize that these mirrors show the many worlds inside your mind. You feel very creative and very free. You find a small chair in the middle of the room. You sit and watch the mirrors. It is like a private cinema for your soul. You see a mirror that shows a quiet beach. You hear the sound of the ocean. Shoo, shhh. You feel the warm sand on your feet. Then you look at another mirror. It shows a library with infinite books. You feel the smell of old paper and wisdom. Every mirror is a window to a peaceful place. You feel that you can travel anywhere without moving. On a small table, you find a silk cloth. You use the cloth to clean the mirrors. As you clean them, the pictures become brighter. You feel that you are cleaning your own thoughts. Your mind becomes clear like water. You find a small mirror in a silver frame. This mirror is empty. It is waiting for a new story. You take a silver pen and write a word on the glass. You write the word, peace. Suddenly, the mirror shows a garden of white lilies. The lilies are glowing. You stay in the room for hours. You do not feel the time. You only feel the beauty. You look at the windows in the attic. You see the clouds moving past the house. You feel that the house is a ship in a sea of time. You are the captain. You decide to go down to the kitchen. You climb down the glass ladder. You feel very light, like you are walking on air. You go to the kitchen and make a bowl of fruit. You eat a red apple and a sweet pear. The orange cat comes to you. It looks at you with big, clever eyes. It knows you visited the attic. You sit on the porch and watch the sunset. The sky is a deep violet and gold. You feel that the day was a beautiful gift. You go to your library and take your leather book. You write about the magical mirrors. You write about the city of light and the beach of sand. You feel that your book is a map of your soul. You are very happy to be the author of this story. You go to your bedroom and look at the moon. The moon is a thin silver smile in the sky. You feel a soft, pleasant tiredness. You get into your bed and pull the blankets up. You feel safe and warm. You think about the infinite rooms in your house. You think about the infinite paths in your garden. You realize that your life is a beautiful mystery. You are ready to sleep. You close your eyes and fall into a dream of mirrors and stars. The story is long. The story is quiet. The story is yours. The sky becomes gray and the air becomes very still. You hear the first drops of water on the windows. Drip, drop, drip, drop. It is a rainy day. You decide to stay inside the warm house. You go to the living room and sit near the fireplace. You see a small wooden box under a low shelf. The box has a label that says, "The Music of the Seasons." Inside the box, you find many small, glass records. They are round and clear. You find an old gramophone made of gold and wood. You take a blue record and put it on the machine. You turn the handle slowly. The music starts. It is the sound of a spring morning. You hear the birds, the wind in the leaves, and the sound of a small river. The room feels fresh and green. You close your eyes and breathe. The sound of summer. You change the record. You choose a yellow one. Suddenly, the room feels warm. You hear the sound of the ocean waves. You hear the bees and the flowers. The light in the room becomes a bright, golden yellow. The music is slow and very relaxing. You feel like you are lying on a beach. You feel the sun on your skin. The rain outside is loud, but the music inside is soft and kind. You realize that this music can change how you feel. You are the master of your mood. The mystery record. At the bottom of the box, you find a record that is made of dark purple glass. It does not have a label. You put it on the gramophone. The music is very deep and mysterious. It sounds like the stars talking to the moon. When the music plays, the walls of the room become transparent. You can see through the walls. You see the rain falling on the garden, but the rain is not water. The rain is made of tiny, glowing diamonds. The diamonds hit the grass and disappear. You realize the rain is feeding the magic of the garden. You watch the flowers drink the light. The cat sits on the rug and watches the light too. You feel a deep connection to the mystery of the world. Logic and magic are the same thing in this house. You feel very wise and very calm. The endless song. The music does not stop. The record turns and turns, but the song is infinite. You find a comfortable blanket and wrap it around your shoulders. You sit in your blue chair and watch the diamond rain. You feel that the house is a safe island in a sea of stars. You are not waiting for the rain to stop. You are enjoying the rain. You are enjoying the music. You are enjoying the now. You take your leather book and write, "Today, the music told me that time is a melody." You feel very creative. You draw a picture of the golden gramophone and the purple record. You spend the whole afternoon in this beautiful atmosphere. You are the guardian of the house, and the house is the guardian of your peace. You feel perfectly at home. The sun rises and the world is completely new. You open your eyes and see 1,000 tiny rainbows on your bedroom ceiling. The diamond rain from yesterday is now hard and clear. You go to the window and breathe in the cold, sweet air. The garden is not green today, it is a crystal wonderland. Every leaf and every flower is covered in a thin layer of sparkling glass. The grass looks like millions of tiny diamonds. You put on your warm boots and walk outside. The ground makes a beautiful sound under your feet. Clink, clink, clink. It is the sound of walking on jewels. You walk to the center of the garden where the large fountain stands. The water is frozen into a tall, clear sculpture. It looks like a tree made of light. You touch the ice and it feels like smooth silk. You see a small bird sitting on a crystal branch. The bird is bright red and it sings a very clear song. The song sounds like a silver bell. You feel a deep joy in your heart. This is a magical morning. You walk further into the garden and find a path you never saw before. The path is made of white marble. You follow the marble path to a small hill. On top of the hill, there is a glass pavilion. The walls are perfectly clear. You enter the pavilion and sit on a velvet chair. From here, you can see the whole crystal world. The sun is very bright and the world is shining. You feel like you are inside a giant diamond. You see the silver lake in the distance. The lake is frozen and looks like a mirror for the sky. You see the mountains and they are covered in white light. You feel very small but very safe. You find a small table in the pavilion with a silver tray. On the tray, there is a glass of warm apple juice. It smells like cinnamon and honey. You drink the juice and feel the warmth go through your body. You look at the walls of the pavilion. You see small words written on the glass. The words are about peace and time. One sentence says, "The world is a gift, and you are the witness." You realize this is true. You are here to see the beauty. You are here to protect the silence. You stay in the pavilion for many hours. You watch the sun move across the sky. The shadows on the crystal grass are long and blue. You see a white rabbit running through the garden. It leaves small tracks in the diamond dust. You feel a great love for all the small creatures. You feel like a king or a queen of a quiet country. There are no taxes here. There are no problems. There is only the light and the air. You take a deep breath and feel your lungs fill with peace. After some time, you walk back to the house. You go to the library and sit at your desk. You take your leather book and your silver pen. You write, "Today the garden was made of light." You write about the red bird and the marble path. You feel that your words are becoming part of the house. You decide to explore the basement again. You go down the stairs with your lantern. You find a door that you missed before. The door is made of copper. You open the copper door and find a map room. The walls are covered in thousands of maps. Some maps are of the stars. Some maps are of the deep sea. One map is of your house, but it is very big. You see that the house has many floors you never visited. There is a room called the Hall of Whispers. There is a room called the Garden of Night. You realize your journey is just beginning. The house is infinite because your mind is infinite. You feel a sense of wonder. You find a map of a secret forest behind the mountain. You decide to go there in the future. For now, you study the map of the house. You find a secret passage from the kitchen to the roof. You go back to the kitchen and find the hidden door. It is behind the big wooden cupboard. You open it and find a small spiral staircase. You climb up and up. You reach the roof of the house. The roof is flat and covered in soft moss. You sit on the moss and look at the stars. The stars are very close tonight. You feel like you can touch the North Star. You see a shooting star and make a wish. Your wish is for the story to never end. You feel the cool wind on your face. The cat comes up the secret stairs and sits with you. You and the cat watch the moon. The moon is a big silver coin in the dark. You feel very connected to the universe. You are a part of the big dance of the planets. You are home. You go back down to your bedroom. You feel a heavy, pleasant sleepiness. You get into your bed and close your eyes. You dream of the crystal garden. In your dream, the red bird leads you to a golden gate. You open the gate and find a valley of white light. You walk into the light and feel weightless. You are flying. You fly over the house and the forest. You see the whole world and it is beautiful. You wake up with a smile on your face. It is a new day. The crystal ice is melting into clear water. The garden is becoming green again. You hear the water dripping from the trees. Plip, plop, plip. It is the sound of growth. You go to the kitchen and make some toast. You eat it with honey from your own bees. You feel very strong. You decide to paint the glass pavilion. You take your brushes and your colors. You go to the garden and sit on the grass. You paint the light on the glass. You paint the blue shadows. Painting makes you feel calm. You realize that art is a way to talk to the house. You are telling the house that you love it. The house listens. The wind moves the leaves of the trees. The flowers open their petals. Everything is in harmony. You spend the whole day painting. When you are finished, you have a beautiful picture. You hang it in the gallery of echoes. In the evening, you sit by the fire. You read a book about ancient stars. You learn that the light of the stars is very old. You are looking at the past. You feel a sense of deep time. Your life is a small moment in the history of the stars. But it is a very important moment. You are the one who is alive now. You are the one who feels the warmth of the fire. You are the one who loves the cat. You feel very grateful for your life. You go to the kitchen and find a bottle of old wine. You pour a small glass. The wine is red and tastes like summer berries. You drink it slowly. You feel the warmth in your stomach. You look at the silver fruit on the mantel. It is still there, glowing in the firelight. You feel that you have found the secret of happiness. The secret is to be quiet and watch. The secret is to listen and breathe. You are a master of the secret. You go to the balcony and look at the clouds. The sea of clouds is still there, but now it is dark. You see the lights of a distant village. You feel a connection to the other people. You are alone, but you are not lonely. You are part of the world. You go back inside and lock the doors. You feel the safety of the walls. The house is your castle. The house is your friend. You walk up the stairs to your room. You lie down and listen to the silence. The silence is not empty. It is full of peace. It is full of potential. You think about the maps in the basement. You think about the mirrors in the attic. You think about the silver bell. You feel a sense of deep satisfaction. You have done good work today. You have seen beauty. You have made art. You have lived. You close your eyes and fall into a dreamless sleep. The next morning is misty. You find a box of old letters in a wooden chest. The letters are written in silver ink. They are letters from the previous owners of the house. They talk about the same rooms. They talk about the same garden. You realize you are part of a long line of guardians. You feel a sense of duty. You want to keep the house beautiful for the next person. You write a letter to the future. You write about the red bird and the diamond rain. You put your letter in the chest. You feel a sense of completion. You go to the garden and plant a new tree. It is an oak tree. It will grow for hundreds of years. You are planting the future. You water the tree with clear water from the fountain. You tell the tree to be strong. You tell the tree to be patient. The tree listens. You feel a deep peace. The story continues. The sun goes down and the moon comes up. The cycle is perfect. You decide to find the Garden of Night. You wait for the sun to go down completely. The sky is dark and the stars are very bright. You take your lantern, but you do not light it. You want to see the natural light of the moon. You walk to the back of the house. You find a heavy gate made of black iron. On the gate, there is a silver moon. You use your gold key. The gate opens without a sound. You step into the Garden of Night. This place is very different from the Rainbow Garden. Here, the ground is covered in black velvet moss. The trees are silver and they have no leaves, only white blossoms. These blossoms are special. They only open when the moon is high. You walk slowly through the trees. You hear the sound of a small owl. Hoo, hoo. It is a friendly sound. The glowing flowers. Suddenly, the flowers begin to open. They are white, pale blue, and soft violet. The flowers do not need the sun. They glow with their own light. The garden looks like a sea of fallen stars. You see a flower that looks like a bell. It makes a tiny music when the wind moves it. You find a path made of moonstones. The stones catch the light and show you the way. You walk to the center of the garden. There is a large pond. The water is black and very deep. In the middle of the pond, there is a giant white lily. This is the moon lily. It only blooms once every 100 years. You are very lucky because tonight is the night. The Hall of Whispers. Behind the pond, you see a building made of dark glass. This is the Hall of Whispers. You enter the hall. The air is warm and very quiet. You walk down a long corridor. You hear soft sounds. They are not loud voices. They are whispers. You realize the walls are made of memory. The walls remember every kind word ever spoken in the house. You hear a mother singing to a baby. You hear a friend saying thank you. You hear a person saying, I love this garden. You hear your own voice from yesterday. The whispers make you feel very happy. You understand that kind words never die. They stay in the walls of the Hall of Whispers. You sit on a stone bench and listen. You feel a great peace in your soul. You decide to say something kind to the room. You say, thank you, house, for being my friend. The walls catch your words and repeat them softly. The silver bridge. You leave the hall and find a silver bridge over a small stream. The stream is full of glowing fish. You walk across the bridge and find a small cabin. Inside the cabin, there is a bed made of soft wool. You decide to rest here tonight. You can see the moon through the window. You feel the rhythm of the night. It is slow and steady. You think about the logic of the house. The day is for doing. The night is for listening. You have done much work, and now it is time to listen to the silence. You realize that you are never alone. You have the whispers, the glowing flowers, and the silver trees. You feel very protected. You are a part of the night. You close your eyes and listen to the moon lily. It makes a soft pop sound as it opens completely. A sweet smell fills the garden. It smells like vanilla and cold air. You feel your body becoming very heavy. You fall into a deep sleep. You dream that you are a star in the sky. You are looking down at your house. The house is glowing in the dark. You are safe. You are home. The story is a circle of light and dark. Everything is perfect. You wake up inside the small cabin in the garden of night. The sun is not up yet, but the moon lily is still open. You walk to the pond and look at the giant flower. Inside the white petals, you see something small and yellow. It is a piece of old paper. You take it carefully. It is a secret map of the hidden rooms. This map shows a room behind the library called the Room of Echoes. You walk back to the house. The house is quiet and warm. You go to the library and look at the big bookshelf. You find the secret door behind a book about the stars. You enter the Room of Echoes. This room is full of mirrors and soft lights. When you speak, the room repeats your words, but the sound is like music. You say hello, and the room sings hello back to you. You feel very happy and relaxed. You sit in a chair and listen to the echoes of your own heart. The room tells you that you are a good person. You decide to stay here for a long time. You find a small box of chocolates on a table. They taste like honey and flowers. You eat one and feel very calm. The windows show the garden, but the garden looks different. The flowers are dancing in the wind. You realize the house is alive and it loves you. You take your leather book and write about the moon lily and the map. You feel that your story is getting longer and more beautiful every day. You look at the cat, and it is sleeping on a rug. You feel that life is a gift. You spend the rest of the day reading and resting. You are the master of this house, and the house is your paradise. You are at peace. Everything is logical. The sun goes down, and you prepare for another night of dreams. You know that tomorrow will bring a new secret. You are not afraid of the future. You are happy in the present. You close your eyes and feel the rhythm of the house. Thump, thump. It is the heartbeat of your home. You fall asleep with a smile. The story goes on, like a river of light. You decide to explore the gallery of clouds on the roof of the house. You climb the spiral staircase and push open a heavy glass door. You step out into a world of white and gold light. The floor is made of smooth white marble that reflects the sky. There are no walls, only tall pillars made of pearl. Large, soft clouds float inside the gallery like slow white whales. You walk among the clouds and touch them with your hands. They feel cool and soft like wet silk. The air is very thin and fresh at this height. You find a silver telescope pointed toward the horizon. You look through the lens and see the great crystal mountain. It looks like a giant diamond sitting on a sea of green forest. You realize that the house is the highest point in the whole world. You feel like the guardian of the sky. On a small marble table, you find a bowl of cloud fruit. The fruit is white and light like air. You eat one and it tastes like rain and sweet sugar. Your body feels very light, almost like you could float away. You sit on a bench and watch the clouds change their shapes. One cloud looks like a giant key, and another looks like a sleeping cat. This is the logic of the sky, everything is always changing. You find a silver bell hanging from one of the pearl pillars. You ring the bell, and the sound travels for miles across the clouds. The sound brings a group of white birds to the gallery. They land on the floor and walk around you. They are not afraid because they know you are the master of the house. You give them some crumbs from your pocket. You spend the whole afternoon in the gallery of clouds. You watch the sun go down, and the clouds turn deep orange and purple. You feel very peaceful and very far away from any problems. You decide to go back down to the library to write about the sky. You walk down the stairs, feeling the warmth of the house again. The cat is waiting for you at the bottom of the stairs. You take your leather book and write, "The sky is a garden that grows with the wind." You feel very inspired. You look at the silver fruit on the mantle and the gold leaf in your book. You have so many treasures now. You go to the kitchen and make a simple dinner of bread and honey. You eat slowly, thinking about the white clouds. The night is very quiet. You go to your bedroom and look at the stars through the window. You feel that the stars are your friends. You lie down and feel the soft weight of the blankets. You are tired but very happy. Your heart is full of the light of the clouds. You close your eyes and fall into a deep, dreamless sleep. The next morning, the sun is bright and the mist is gone. You feel ready for a new path. You look at your map and see a small door in the basement called the Well of Stars. You take your lantern and start your walk down. You know that every step is a part of your destiny. The house is a mystery that never ends. You are the keeper of the secrets. You reach the basement and find the stone door. It is cold and heavy. You use your gold key one more time. The door opens to a dark room with a deep well in the center. You look into the well and see the reflection of the stars, even during the day. This is the heart of the house. You feel a deep peace as you sit by the well. Your story is beautiful, logical, and infinite. You sit by the Well of Stars and watch the glowing lights deep in the water. The water does not move, but the stars inside it twinkle like real diamonds. You feel a strange pull in your heart, a logical curiosity about the depth of this well. You find a small silver bucket on a blue rope. You lower the bucket into the well slowly. When it touches the water, you hear a sound like a harp. You pull the bucket back up. It is not full of water, it is full of liquid light. The light is warm and glows with a soft white color. You take a small sip of the liquid. Suddenly, your mind feels as clear as a summer morning. You remember things you never knew. You understand the language of the wind and the secrets of the stones. You realize the Well of Stars is the memory of the universe. Every star in the sky pours its history into this well. You feel very old and very young at the same time. You are part of the infinite history of space. You carry the bucket of light back up to the library. You pour a little bit of the light into your ink bottle. Now, when you write in your leather book, the words glow on the page. You write about the depth of the well and the taste of the stars. The cat watches the glowing ink and tries to catch the light with its paw. You laugh softly. The house feels alive with a new energy. It is a house of truth. Suddenly, you hear a loud knock at the front door. Knock, knock, knock. It is a heavy sound. You do not get many visitors. You walk to the hall and open the big wooden door. No one is there. But on the porch, there is a large bird. It is a golden falcon. The bird has a letter tied to its leg with a silk ribbon. The bird looks at you with intelligent eyes. You untie the letter, and the falcon flies away toward the crystal mountain. You open the letter. The paper is made of silver leaves. The message is simple: the king of the forest invites you to the feast of the full moon. You look at the sky. The moon is almost round. The feast is tonight. You feel a sense of duty and excitement. You must prepare a gift for the king. You go to your garden and pick the most beautiful white rose. You touch it with a drop of light from the well. The rose turns into a jewel that never dies. You put on your best velvet coat and take your jewel rose. You walk into the forest behind the garden. The trees seem to move aside to let you pass. You follow a trail of glowing mushrooms. The air is full of the smell of pine and magic. You reach a giant clearing where the gold tree stands. Under the tree, there are many guests. You see deer with silver horns and foxes that speak in soft voices. In the center sits the king of the forest. He is a tall man with a crown made of living branches. You walk to the king and bow. You give him the jewel rose. The king smiles, and the whole forest becomes brighter. You are the guardian of the house, he says. You bring peace to the valley. He gives you a seat at his table. The table is a giant fallen redwood tree. You eat food that tastes like sunlight and drink dew from crystal cups. You listen to the stories of the forest. You learn that the trees protect the house because the house protects the balance of the seasons. The moon reaches the center of the sky. Everyone becomes quiet. The king stands up and sings a song of the earth. The ground vibrates under your feet. You feel the roots of the trees connecting to the house. You realize the house is not just a building, it is a living heart of the world. You feel a deep pride. You are not just a tenant, you are a partner of nature. The feast lasts until the first light of dawn. When the sun begins to rise, the king shakes your hand. He gives you a small bag of golden seeds. Plant these in your garden, he says. They grow the trees of the future. You thank the king and walk back to your house. You feel the morning dew on your boots. You feel the warmth of the rising sun on your back. You reach your garden and plant the seeds near the fountain. You know that one day, these seeds will be giants. You go inside and sit in your blue chair. You are tired from the night, but your soul is full of music. You watch the cat sleep in a patch of sunlight. You take your glowing pen and write, "Tonight, I danced with the forest." You realize that your life is a bridge between the human world and the magical world. You feel perfectly balanced. You close your eyes and fall into a peaceful sleep. The house guards you. The forest guards the house. The stars guard the world. Everything is exactly as it should be.